Hey everybody, Rich Lang with Prep U again, not in the bunker, with two crazy pups, Shiloh and Lily. They're going to do their own thing and we'll do ours. Hey, I want to tell you about a conversation I had not too long ago with a friend. We were just sitting around, a bunch of us were goofing off, and conversation about my YouTube channel came up. And they go, "Oh, what kind of channel do you have?" And I said, "Well, it's called Prep U. It's about preparing for different events that could happen that you should be prepared for." And their comment back was to me, kind of a snide kind of way, "Oh, for the apocalypse, huh?" And I had to think about that a second, and I said to him, "Well, yeah, but there's all other kinds of things that we prepare for." And we got into a conversation and talked about it and everything. But then afterwards, next couple of days, I started thinking about that, and I wondered how many of you have the same thing. How many of you actually tell people that you prep? Why you prep? Do you have an answer for that? We all know why we prep. But do you ever have those issues? Okay, all right. About trying to explain it to people, because people just don't get it. Most people think you're crazy. Nothing's ever going to happen. But then they don't realize until you start telling them the things that you are preparing for and the things that they should be prepared for. And I always bring up the point that even the federal, state, and local governments tell you to be prepared for up to 72 hours. We all know that. But let's face it, we are probably the 3% of the nation that prepares. And some people do it and they don't even call it prepping. So, to help them along. But so I wrote down some notes about, this whole prepping thing, and I thought I'd share them with you, and this might help you in the next time you have a conversation, or when somebody, says, talks about prepping, or you kind of bring it up, and, you shy away sometimes with some people because you don't want to get into the whole thing. But let's go over some of my notes, because it has helped me think about the things that we prepare for. And I hope this helps. I mean, first question, well, why do we prep? Why do we prep? Well, obviously, it's, for survival, staying hydrated, and having nutrition, helping us to keep a low profile and stay safe, so we're not having to go out and... Lily, stop. Thank you. And search for food and water and stuff like that during adverse times. But who do we prep for? Well, let's face it, we prep for our families, we prep for ourselves, and if we have enough, and if we can, we prep for friends. But let's face it, we all know that if we don't have enough, friends are on their own. Ourselves, and especially our family, comes number one. And then I started thinking about, well, what events are we prepping for? Because that was the thing that, the person said to me, "Oh, the apocalypse?" Well, yeah. I mean, it's, let's face it, you have to prep for everything. I'm going to read you a list of what I came up with, but now some of these are cause and effect. Some of these would be kind of the same thing, but I just wanted to put all these together. So here's just a few things that, that we prep for, I thought of. And if you think of other things, send me an email. Send me something. All right. Events that we are preparing for. Obviously, man-made and natural disasters, civil unrest, war, EMPs, electromagnetic pulse, either from a nuclear blast or from the sun. Become pretty quick, and there's nothing you can do about it. The grid down, large scale, more than just your neighborhood, maybe, your state, or even your section of your country. Just a power outage, a small area. When I was a fireman, we had people that were out of power for 2 weeks. Granted, they could get to the store and be able to get food, but if it's even wider than that, you might not be able to get food. Ice storms, snowstorms, food shortages, storm damage, tornadoes, earthquakes, flooding, landslides, roads or bridges out. If you live out in the country and you have one way to get to town and your bridge is out, or the roads washed away or whatever, that could be an issue, so we be prepared for that. Wildland fires. You could be cut off for a very long time. Hurricanes, supply chain interruptions. A local food store burns down. A manufacturer goes under or has an issue. Volcanoes. But another thing that we prep for, and this is said all the time by some of the companies that sell this food, what about loss of job? What if you're out of work for a long time? By prepping, you'll have some food to make it through some tough times. And the food isn't all that bad. Shiloh, really, stop. You know, basically we prep for anything that interrupts our normal activity for more than 48 hours. Because let's face it, if you're smart and you're getting to the grocery store on time, you're going to have enough food, you know, in your freezer or freezers, your refrigerator, fresh fruit and stuff like that. You should have enough on hand, especially if you use the, you know, the backup method, like I always say. You know, always have one in the pantry or the freezer when you pull another one out. That way, then you go to the store and get the backup to the backup. You know, it's just kind of a easy way to prep that doesn't cost you a lot of money. You don't have to buy a whole bunch of stuff. And that's, people don't realize it, but by doing that, they're actually prepping. How long do we prep for? At least 72 hours minimum, and up to 1 month ideal. 3 months would be best if you could prep for that long. And what items do we stock? Basics. You know, we're talking water, food, medicine, security items, shelter, and clothing. We go back to one of my earliest videos that was, you know, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and we talked about all that stuff. I believe they say you can live 24 hours without water, and up to a few days without food. Some of us longer. But hopefully this helps. Hopefully this, you know, tweaks your mind. So the next time somebody goes, oh, what are you prepping for? The apocalypse? You can say, yeah, and even zombies. But these other items that are much more likely to happen based on your geographic area and where you live. So we want you to make sure that you know, you keep prepping and you're preparing, and you not only prepare for your family, but this family too. Dogs, cats, fish, snakes if you got them. We used to have a snake. But anyhow, I hope this video helps you on your next encounter. If you liked it, please like it if it was helpful at all to you. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And, you know, comment on the video too. We also like comments, and I normally get back to everybody that asks a question or submits a comment. Check us out on Facebook. We have a few things there. We're going to be uploading a few more pictures from some stuff we've been doing, and maybe these guys too will be in those pictures. But for now, like we always say, keep aware of your surroundings. Be prepared to be on your own for up to 72 hours and beyond, and prep like your life depends on it. Right, Shiloh? Because we all know it does.